Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your end of January 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Serena here. So, the big news for you is that there's a full moon in your sign on the 25th, I think 26th for some people, the Southern Hemisphere. So, heads up on that one. And let's see what the cards say. Wow, I just got this card for Scorpio, and for sure, full moons can bring something to completion. So, the death card is about transformation, it's about all kinds of culminations and what have you. So, very interesting. Pick an additional card for a couple. Okay. That's a card I associate with you. So, I will say that it looks like this is an emotional time for you. I think because there is so much energy. Sun and Pluto go into the Sun and Pluto go into Aquarius on the 20th. So when I'm recording that, that's coming up. So definitely that could be Pluto is transformation, which the death card represents, by the way. That's why Pluto is one of the rulers of Scorpio, and Scorpio is associated with the death card. So certainly if they are both going into Aquarius, and Aquarius is your opposite sign, and it's your opposite house, and depending on your particular chart, this could still be in the 6th house, or it could be in the 7th house of committed partnership. Both of these areas, work and love, could be affected depending on which Leo is watching this. So, the way that it works, because even when I look at the card that is in the past position, we have the Two of Wands. Wands are connected to fire, and they're also connected to career. So it could be like at the crossroads of deciding whether or not to leave a particular career, and by extension, a particular job. And this can, the death card can simply be like that transitional phase. And is the person ready to make that transition? Or a sign like Leo that's a fixed sign can be kind of like, no, holding on, fearing change. And I have like a number of cards here that suggest that. But I will say one thing. I do think that some of you may be dealing with a death. This isn't something in the future. This is something that the central focus card is dealing with whatever's happening here and now. So I'm not saying that this is something that is in the past. I mean, in the future. So if that is the case, but I even like a marriage, because the Two of Wands can be choosing between two people. And you may feel, I know that Leo is one of those signs that it's very important that life is not ordinary or mundane to you. If it is, it's going to be the kiss of death, because you're the kind of person that really wants life to be magical, life to be this grand, play, not this petty, thing that you're just trying to endure, that you just can't stand what's happening. So if you don't feel like you have passion in your life, chances are either you're going to become a petty tyrant where you're always starting stuff with people and trying to control them and being unhappy, or you're going to seek, follow your bliss. So whether it's relationships or on the job, this could be the dilemma, is like, can you see when something is over with? The higher message is the Ace of Wands. This is new, exciting beginnings. So you have to kind of maybe cut ties, or what's that thing? Tie up loose strings is what I really meant to say, in order to get to what it is that you want in the future. And sometimes it's messy, having to deal with maybe telling a person that you no longer want to be married, or leaving a job, and when you know that they're shorthanded, and it makes you feel guilty, you feel a sense of loyalty, but you know that in your heart it's just not for you anymore. So these can be dilemmas that you're faced with. What crosses you is the Page of Wands. And that's what I was just saying. Pages can be communications. I'm reading this as a reverse card. So it could be maybe saying let me take my quarters out. Oh gosh. I don't want to have my quarters in the shot. Maybe it just like makes you feel like you're upsetting somebody by telling them something unpleasant, and so you're holding off on that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. What's coming in is the Three of Swords. Sometimes this can be a lover's triangle. It can be feeling rejection. I think in the context of this reading, it's about cutting something off very quickly. I think it was an astrologer saying about the Aquarian energy that's so strong, especially in February, and this idea of not looking back. And I think that's so true. I think that's like when somebody has a moon in Aquarius, they can cut somebody off from their life so swiftly and unexpectedly, and just kind of like never look back on it. And the other person may be just kind of standing there in complete confusion, like, how did this even happen? Because that person has like great detachment. I always associate the King of Swords with Aquarius. Might be, utter detachment. Some people might say cold-heartedness, but I would disagree. The outcome, and I did pick additional cards because I don't like to end on reversed cards. This is the Three of Wands, but I picked it reversed, and this is a card of expansion. And it can mean that a person wants to see maybe more of the world, and they feel like they're kind of confined. And when I say more of the world, it doesn't have to be literally long distance travel. It can be something. By the way, my stomach growled, so don't accuse me of doing something else. It can be a card of like entrepreneurship, I think, too. I think I read something like that. But it's this idea that are true for the wands. Like, look how many wands we got. We got 4 wands thus far. And I have 2 more cards, and one of them is a wands. Wands are fire signs. So it's this idea of expansion, growth, and not being stagnant. For fire signs, being kind of forced into a little box, into a little cubicle, that's like death. Because fire signs really, think about fire, how it just kind of like grows and builds, and it's kind of wild. It's not like doing things very by the book and very orderly. It can look very chaotic, but it spreads very quickly. And that's how fire signs want to do. They want to be able to have that freedom. 5 of Cups. This is a card of mourning the loss of someone. It could be something too, But, we have the death card here. But something like, yeah, I mean, it could be like mourning the loss of a job that you're quitting because you need time to kind of like, maybe you do need to travel, or you want to travel, you want to see more of the country, more of the world, because you have decided that you want to move, that you want to go somewhere else. I mean, there's so many possibilities of what this can mean, but it's definitely about that. And then I ended on the King of Wands. I think that, I don't know if this is associated with Sagittarius, but I associate the queens and kings with Leo. And you see that when they depict the wands, a lot of times, or maybe all the time, they have like these budding leaves, which indicate growth, indicate but it's in the early stages of something. So the King of Wands is about stepping into your power. And you would think that a Leo person would have that totally mastered, and you probably do in certain areas. Maybe it's in relationships where you tend to stay too long, and maybe hence the death card. Perhaps you've been in a marriage that has been very stagnant for years, but you're afraid of hurting the other person. Maybe there are things that you love about that person, or that you just don't want the change. The change feels too much like everything is going to, be turned upside down. But sometimes your heart is going to just kind of force the issue when it comes to it. So you have to just go with it. And I feel like with the King of Wands, there's also this sense of autonomy and confidence. Like you're not needing other people's approval to do what you're going to do. You're going to implement it, and you're going to step out because you know that your destiny is success and whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer. I have package deals with natal chart analysis and transits for this year. That's called my deep dive reading. They're specially priced because there are two full-length readings. And then I have one with that, plus the tarot called my whole enchilada, which is also a package deal. And I have standalone readings, love readings, career, all that good stuff. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RenaMoonAstrology.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.